Transferring a patient. Objective: to learn how to properly transfer a patient from the following: bed to wheelchair, wheelchair to bed, in and out of the room, in and out of an elevator, up and down a ramp. Parts of a wheelchair. It's important to know the parts of a wheelchair because we have to inspect the wheelchair first and identify if it's in good condition for a patient to use in order to prevent accidents. Push handle, armrest, push ring, brake, rear wheel, anti-tip bar, castor, backrest, cushion, seat, frame, calf strap, footplate. Safety checklist, a wheelchair inspection. Inspect the joint to see if they are lubricated. Also check the chair if it's clean from dirt and dust. Check if fasteners, screws, and pins are tight. Also check the frame and castor for any damage. While the wheelchair is moving, check the wheels and castors if they function as expected. Check wheels for any sign of damage or worn. Inspect the brakes if the locks are working. Check armrest if they are padded and the footplate if they are secure. If the wheelchair is broken, put it aside and report it to your supervisor or the management. That way, you can prevent others from using the wheelchair and avoid further risk or accident. Transfer from bed to wheelchair. Check the patient's profile to make sure you are going to assist the correct patient and confirm the doctor's order. Proceed to the patient's unit with the wheelchair and knock on the door to show courtesy before opening the door and entering the room. Don't forget to close the door behind you and greet the patient cheerfully and state your name and purpose. Good morning, Ma'am Jen. My name is Joy and I'm your caregiver for today. I'm here to transfer you to the laboratory as per doctor's order to facilitate or complete the laboratory tests. If the patient is lying on the bed, elevate or raise the head to carefully put the patient into semi-Fowler's or high Fowler's position depending on their condition. Whenever transferring a patient, we do this while ensuring the patient's safety and body mechanics, which is the proper use of muscles and strength to avoid harm towards you and your patient. Put the wheelchair and the gait belt nearby. Lower the side rails and get the gait belt, then put it within reach. Assist the patient to sit by putting your arm along their shoulder. Be sure to inform the patient what you are going to do. Ma'am Jen, I'll assist you to sit. At the count of 3, please try to lift your upper body. 1, 2, 3. Ma'am Jen, I'll be putting this gait belt on you, which will help us to prevent you from falling during the transfer process. Wear the gait belt on your patient's waist, buckle it at the back, and adjust as necessary. Carefully assist the patient in lowering their legs and wearing their sleepers. Place the wheelchair in 45 degrees angle in front of the patient's bed and lock the brakes to prevent it from moving. Ask the patient to clasp their hand and put them over your shoulders for support and balance. Then grab the gait belt and carefully lift the patient. Instruct the patient along the way. Ma'am Jen, at the count of 3, I will help you to stand. 1, 2, 3. Good. Please step your right foot towards the wheelchair, followed by your left foot. I will be assisting you in moving. Carefully assist the patient to sit, allow them to scoot back, and be comfortable in their position. Teach the patient how to put their foot on the footrest to promote independency. Ma'am Jen, please put your good right foot over the weak left leg and lower the left foot plate. Then put your right leg under the left leg and lift the left leg to put it on the left foot plate. Then use the right leg to lower the right foot plate and rest your right foot. Unlock the brakes to move the patient from one place to another. Don't forget to lock it again whenever you are not moving. We are now ready to go to the laboratory. Please sit back and relax. Here's a closer look on how the patient can move their legs if one is affected and the other is good. For this video, the patient's right leg is affected and the good leg will be the left. Put the good left foot over the weak right leg and lower the right foot plate. Then put the left leg under the right leg and lift the right leg to put it on the right foot plate. Use the left leg to lower the left foot plate and rest the foot. When the transfer is done and the patient is ready to stand, here's how you can instruct the patient to raise the foot plates before standing. Use the left good leg to raise the left foot plate first. Then put the left foot under the right leg to lower the weak leg. Then use the left leg to raise the right foot plate. Transfer from wheelchair to bed. After entering the room, lock the brakes of the wheelchair and close the door. Also check if the bed was fixed. Place the wheelchair in 45 degrees angle in front of the bed and lock the brakes to prevent it from moving. Instruct the patient on how to remove feet from the foot plates before standing. Jen, please use your good right leg to raise the right foot plate. Then put the right leg under the left to lower the affected leg. Also use the right leg to raise the left foot plate. Please clasp your hands once again and put them over my shoulder for support and balance. And at the count of 3, I will help you stand. 1, 2, 3. Great! Now step your left leg first, followed by your right, and carefully sit on the bed. Remove the gait belt and allow the patient to remove their slippers if they can. Lift the patient's leg and allow them to rest. Raise the side rails for patient safety. Do your aftercare and documentation. Transfer going into a room. Before approaching the room's door, make sure to lock the brakes of the wheelchair first. Open the door and unlock the brakes of the wheelchair. Carefully enter the door. Before closing the door, lock the brakes of the wheelchair. Transfer going out of her room. Lock the brakes of the wheelchair and then open the door. Observe the surroundings outside if it's safe to go out. Unlock the brakes and carefully go out of the room. The caregiver should go out first, walking backwards, followed by the patient. Turn the wheelchair depending on the direction you are going. Lock the brakes and close the door. Unlock the wheelchair and proceed to your destination. Transfer going into a room with a step or elevation. Let your patient know what you are going to do. Ma'am, I'll be tipping the wheelchair a little bit to step up. Just relax. Step on the anti-tip bar to slightly elevate the castors and carefully push forward to land on the step until the rear wheels touches the edge of the step. Then gently lift while pushing the push handle in order to get past the step. Here's a closer look on how you can get on the step. Step on the anti-tip bar to slightly elevate the castors, then carefully push the wheelchair until the castors land on the elevated floor and the rear wheel touches the edge of the step. Then gently lift and push the push bar until the whole wheelchair is up on the elevated floor. Here's another example of a caregiver informing the patient and carefully tipping the wheelchair to get onto the step. Transfer going out of a room with a step or elevation. Ma'am, we will go down one step. Please stay relaxed. Carefully lower the rear wheel, then step on the anti-tip bar to gently land the castors. Here's a closer look on how you can get down on an elevated floor. Carefully lower the rear wheels until it lands. Step on the anti-tip bar to gently land the castors on the floor. Here's another caregiver going one step down with a relaxed patient. Observe how the caregiver supports the weight of the wheelchair to carefully lower it. Transfer going into an elevator. Before pressing the elevator button, lock the brakes of the wheelchair. You can unlock the brakes while waiting for the elevator door to open. Turn the wheelchair around while you are outside the elevator, as the caregiver must go inside first, while walking backwards followed by the wheelchair. Once inside, lock the brakes to prevent the wheelchair from moving. Transfer going out of an elevator. When you are about to go out of the elevator, unlock the brakes. You can ask other passenger to hold the door for you. Transfer going up a ramp. The patient should go up the ramp first, and the caregiver will support the back of the wheelchair to prevent from rolling backwards. Don't forget to lock the brakes when you will stay on the same place. Transfer going down a ramp. Unlock the wheelchair before you go down the ramp. The caregiver must go first while carefully walking backwards, supporting the wheelchair to prevent it from rolling down faster than it should. Lock the wheelchair when you reach the desired place. Risk of improper transfer. Patient will get shocked or probably mad if you don't inform them of what you will do. For this instance, the caregiver did not inform the patient that she will tip the wheelchair. For this situation, the caregiver did not advise the patient that they will go down one step. And she did not carefully lower the wheelchair. This next caregiver was about to go out of the room but did not check if it's safe to proceed. It's important to check the environment to prevent further harm to the patient. Not only this is part of your duty, but it could also cost you your job.